What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Club and Country. This is episode number 99, and we start today's episode off by seeing that our third choice goalkeeper has indeed left the club for £90,000. That's totally fine with me. He hadn't played a single competitive game for us, and he never was going to be honest. We may as well get some money for him and thank him for just sitting in the reserves for the past couple of seasons. And also, another bid came in for our first choice goalkeeper, Ruben Blanco. This time it's Leon for £6 million, and of course we say no. Also, Hector Bellerin has handed in a transfer request as well, so the right back wants to leave the club. To be honest, I'm not really against doing that. He was actually our first proper permanent signing way back in season 1, but he hasn't really developed as much as I would have hoped to have done. He's played a lot of games for us, an awful lot of games for us, and now of course Obiang is currently our first choice right back, playing out of position. And we've got Diaz Miguel on loan from Sevilla, who I think has pretty decent potential, probably high 70s to low 80s. So I wouldn't be against selling Hector Bellerin if he's not going to develop as much as I would have liked to have done, and he has been complaining for a while anyway. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. It would be a bit of a shame to sell one of the first players we ever signed in the series, but we'll have to wait and see what happens there. He's handed in a transfer request, and he's probably going to end up leaving. So we take on Malaga for the first game of today's episode here, the first of two massive games in today's episode. Now, as you can see by the table, it's a very, very, very tight top of the table right now between three teams, Barcelona, Malaga and Racing Santander. Now, if Malaga win this game, they could open up a pretty decent gap on us in terms of points. If we win the game, then we really do start to look like a team that does want to challenge for the title again. Now, I did mention it briefly in the last episode. I really do want to challenge for the title this year, despite the fact our team is probably weaker than a couple of those around us, but even so, we take on Malaga, desperate to win this game. The first chance fell to them as they hit the bar, pretty much directly from kickoff, and then from that we broke, went up the other end of the pitch, and David Concha, starting the game, gets taken down, and the referee awards a penalty just 5 minutes in. Now, to be honest, I wasn't actually sure whether it was a penalty at first, but there was a tug of the shirt on Concha, so I thought, it's one of those where, some of them will be given, some of them won't, but you can see there is clear tug of the shirt, and that's why Concha wasn't able to get a shot away before Ochoa smothered his body on the ball. So I thought, do you know what, I chip most of the penalties, which I don't think are penalties, because that's just, the sort of fair way of doing it, in my opinion. But for this one, you can definitely see why the referee would have given it, so I thought, I'll actually try and score this one, and Jesse Rodriguez does score as well. At the end of the day, even if I would have chipped it down the middle, Ochoa would have dived to his left-hand side, so it would have gone in anyway. So, yeah, there you go. I mean, yes, I know it could have been seen as debatable by some people, but personally speaking, when there's a shirt pull, usually if a player goes down, it's probably going to be a penalty. So, penalties to Racing Santander. We scored it intentionally, and I didn't feel bad about it either, but still 1-0 to Racing. In the 18th minute, we could have made it 2-0 here. David Concha goes for the header, and it hits the top of the bar after his looping header went over Ochoa, but sadly, the frame of the goal did relieve the Mexican of having to pick the ball out the back of his own net, and it was still 1-0. And in the 34th minute, some nice passing sees Keiko get on the ball for us as he comes through the centre of the park and finds Jesse Rodriguez, the goal scorer. He fakes shots around Horta and goes down this right-hand side. Nice show of pace by Rodriguez, then a quick little Berber spin to beat Antunes. Keeps on going, drills in a cross, picks out a Jose Perez at the far post, and Perez makes it Racing Santander 2, Malaga 0. So ever since Morata's been injured, Perez has come in, and he's just been fantastic. He really has. And, don't forget, Perez was our first choice striker last year, but Rodriguez was on fire, and he sort of overshadowed him, really. But this season, Rodriguez hasn't scored too many goals, so instead of playing Rodriguez up top like I was thinking about doing when Morata got injured, I've kept faith with Perez, playing as the #1 striker right now, and he keeps on rewarding me. He's been a really healthy source of goals. He gets another one there, and it's 2-0 to Racing Santander. Ruben Blanco has to make a good save, and then 5 minutes after the restart here, Keiko goes close, but Guillermo Ochoa makes a very good save before Malaga clear. So even into the second half here, despite being 2-0 up against the side currently sitting 4 points ahead of us before the game, we were still looking for more goals, trying to put more balls past Ochoa and keep on scoring, but it was still 2-0. But as you can see from that, as Malaga came forward here, we failed to defend this. This was a really, really basic goal. It just kept on going. The cross comes in, it deflects off Carlos Blanco, the shot is taken, it hits the bar, and unfortunately for us, it falls right to Victor Rodriguez, and he has a tap in and puts it straight into the open goal. So Racing 2, Malaga 1, poor defending by me, but pretty really unfortunate how the shot is taken. It hits the bar and it falls straight to a Malaga player who could not miss. So Racing 2, Malaga 1, poor defending, but even so, a little bit misfortunate I thought there, and it was 2-1. So Malaga getting themselves back in the game here at 2-1, but 10 minutes after the goal they scored here, we went on a break, and as Perez goes through 1-on-1, it's a great chance for Jose Perez to get his second goal of the game, and you know, considering his recent form of late, you would have put your house on it, but sadly you would have lost the house because Perez puts the shot wide and it goes behind for a goal kick. So still 2-1, but to be honest, even after Malaga got their goal, I didn't try and shut up shop. I didn't sit there and try and just retain possession and pass the ball around and try and kill the game off. I went in search of more goals, and as you can see, we did grab ourselves a third eventually, and it was Perez who did get the goal. So he missed a great chance a few minutes ago, but he's not going to miss that one. Racing Santander 3, Malaga 1, and that does mean that surely now the 3 points are going to be ours in a massive game at the top of the table. So Perez, you know, he should have scored that chance, not going to deny that, but that was a really nice finish. Past the Chara in a flash into the bottom corner. Racing 3, Malaga 1, and we couldn't see the away side getting back into the game. They did have a good chance here in the 81st minute as their goal scorer Rodriguez goes down the right hand side. We force him outside of the area. He puts in a great cross into the centre, and the header is met in the centre, but it goes just wide of Ruben Blanco's post and behind for a goal kick. So still 3-1, and after the goal we scored, Perez's goal, it was all Malaga. It was a really, really weird game. You know, as soon as we got that 2-goal cushion back, it was all Malaga again, and as you'll see, they went very close here with the Icelandic striker hitting the post and somehow going across the face of the goal and then turn behind for a corner. And from that corner, everyone came forward for it, including the goalkeeper Guillermo Ochoa. As Ochoa goes for the header, it's actually Ruben Blanco who wins the ball in the air, catches it, quickly kicks it out towards Ander Kappa. Ochoa's out of his goal. I go for goal from just outside the halfway line. Is it going to go? Sadly not. It goes wide of the post and behind for a goal kick. So of course I've scored I've scored a couple of halfway line goals before. Would have been nice for another one, but sadly not. It was how the game would finish though. Racing Santander 3, Malaga 1. So in a massive, massive game at the top of the table, we do come through with the 3 points, and I felt like we needed it. You know, like I really do. Had we drawn the game, you know, we'd still be 4 points behind Malaga, and I'll be feeling a little bit upset knowing that that was a home game. We probably should have got the win to really assert our dominance and to show them that we do want to be in the title race along with them and Barcelona. Had we lost the game, you know, I think, you know, being, what would that be? That would be 7 points behind Malaga. That would be, you know, even with a few games to go, still a lot of points to catch up on them. 7 points. But to win the game, to cut the gap to just 1 point between second place and third place, that was a really, really big win for us. So I'm very, very happy we got it. And there you go. And we take on Real Madrid for the second game of today's episode here. Of course, the Malaga game was really big, and so is this one as we travel to the Bernabeu. Of course, this is the second leg of the Copa del Rey round of 16. The first leg, which was in the last episode, we won it by 2-0. Our goalkeeper Ruben Blanco had a superb game. So coming into this game, I was definitely fancying my chances. You know, Real Madrid, one of the best sides in the country, one of the best sides in Europe, one of the best sides in the world. But after we beat them 2-0 at home, I was definitely fancying my chances of possibly winning the game again. First chance did fall to Real Madrid. This strike went over the bar and behind for a goal kick, and then another chance fell here in the 29th minute. This time to us though. Paco Candela swings it across. Rodriguez wins the header, but Hesse is denied a goal against his former club by Casillas, turning it behind for a corner. So still 0-0, and that was it for the first half. It was a really, really poor game. To be honest, Real Madrid needing to score 2 goals in this game didn't really look too fussed about the competition at all, because as things stood, they were going out, and they weren't really doing much to change that, really. It was a pretty routine first half for us to just defend and pass the ball around, and in the second half, after some nice passing, Elise plays it out wide towards Pedro Obiang. Obiang goes down this right-hand side here, takes on his man, beats him, shoots, it takes a deflection, and at the far post, Mamadou Tunkara is the first to react, smashes the ball in, makes it Real Madrid 0, Racing Santander 1, and due to the away goal ruling, that now means that Real Madrid need to score 4 goals on the night, or else they were going out. So as soon as Tunkara scored that goal, I knew the game was effectively done. I mean, yes, Real Madrid are more than capable of scoring 4 goals, but considering how good our goalkeeper was in the first leg, considering the fact that we looked as though we could probably counter and score another 1 or 2, to be honest, I was feeling very optimistic about our chance of going through. De Tomasi's strike went wide the post, and in the 74th minute we could have wrapped the game up completely here, as Correa Amado off the bench goes down this right hand side, takes his man out, goes around him with a Berber spin, tries to shoot, is tackled, but Aguza wins the ball, shoots, but unfortunately for us, Concha Salas even seemed to get in the way of him. The shot was quite tame, and Casillas made the save. So still Real Madrid 0, Racing Santander 1, but it wasn't going to matter. We were certainly going through. Ronaldo did grab a goal back for Real Madrid here with 10 minutes to go, so as things stood, they needed another 3 goals, otherwise they were going out, but as you can see, they didn't really seem to celebrate it 2 enigmatically. They knew for a fact that it was going to be very, very hard work for them to get those goals. So Ronaldo does grab what would probably be a consolation goal for Real Madrid on aggregate. So Real Madrid 1, Racing Santander 1. And in the 90th minute here, Correa Amado does go down the centre of the pitch here and takes on the last man, Danny Carvajal. Beats him with a Ronaldo chop, then a Berber spin. Gets a bit lucky as the ball does deflect off Nacho, but it comes back to him. He puts the ball past Casillas, scores his first senior goal for the club. And he came through the academy. He's got 5-star skills. He looks pretty decent as a youngster. Not sure he'll get too much game time, but he does get his first goal for the club there. A little bit fortunate, to be honest. I tried to go around the last defender and I did get tackled, but we win it back, put it past Casillas. It's Real Madrid 1, Racing Santander 2. And on aggregate, that is now 4-1 to Racing Santander. So a superb game, a superb performance over 2 legs. We are through to the Copa del Rey quarterfinals. We beat Real Madrid for the 2nd time in a week. And this is a sign that this Racing Santander team clearly is good enough to win league titles. And hopefully one day, maybe, touch wood, win Champions League title as well. But that is going to end the episode. So as always, guys, a big thank you for watching the video. Really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the episode, then please leave a like. And I'll see you for the next episode of Club and Country very soon.